I've been live for about 10 minutes without actually being on Twitch, but that's fine. It be like that sometimes. Anyways, time to murder. Thankfully, not much was missed on the Twitch end, but it is all recorded on YouTube at least. Okay, it's just not there. Let me pull up Lost Caves so I know what the actual paths to the items are, because I'm not figuring them out on the fly. I've mostly been in this, like, without looking stuff up a lot. Outside of my map for, like, hidden items, but... Cool. It's Moeep! Hello, Moeep. Perish. There might be an item here. Okay, I don't think the hidden items count for the achievements anyways. I think they were specifically removed, which is good. Hello! How are you doing today, Narcesium? I'm less sleepy than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was like, I gotta stop streaming, I'm gonna fall over. I finally got some okay sleep. So we're like good to go today. It's Pidgeotto. Fun fact, the Spanish region name of Pidgeotto is Pidgeotto. Just wait till you hear about the Italian name of Pidgeotto too. Nyum. Nyum. My voice is a little fucked because the air's been really bad lately, but we're gaming today. Also, I totally wasn't live to only YouTube for 15 minutes on an unlisted thing because that's what I'm using for recording Fire Red, because I'm trying to make a video with Fire Red, but I don't have enough local storage to store all the footage for it. Such a thing would never occur. Because I'm a professional. Honestly, anytime anyone comes in and is like, oh, you look like you're new to this, and it's like, no, honey, I've been streaming for 13 years. I have all the professionalism of a snail without a shell. Which in Canada we call a slug. In France they call it delicious. It's a beep. Okay, so east, south, Lexington's. East, north, south, north. I mean, I'm moving back to Canada, so I was born in Canada. Oh, you're real. I forgot you were a trainer. I forgot you're real. I'm returning to the land of Ontario. Largely because I got tired of dealing with private healthcare outside of Canada. I forgot this guy, I actually had to fight him. That's how we know his name. They call him Lawson because that's what his name is. South. East. East. Max Revive. That would be sick. East. North. South. South. I'm still a bit in shock, like, people actually enjoying watching me just play Pokemon without, like, speed running, or without, like I'm doing the speed run, I don't have to do challenge runs, I'm just playing. I mean, technically I'm doing retro achievements, but, like, this achievement set is, like, the most casual possible way you could play the game. I think I just highly recommend, like, some of the retro achievement sets. Because, like, the Live Free Retro Achievement set is just, like, you are forced to play this as casually as possible. And also get all of the things. Like, it's kind of sick. The Fire Red one is also, like, a little weird, because it's basically, like, the most casual non-completionist playthrough, but also fight each gym with, like, a level cap. Oh. But not, like, no items or whatever. Like, just fight under their level and you get an achievement for it. And I don't know. I think the Pokemon Retro achievements are actually, like, really well designed. In Fire Red, I'm gonna be here a lot. Thank you. You may go now. Some amount of points. Also, I tried to get the GameCube retro achievements done, but unfortunately, the Xbox emulator for it hasn't been updated since they added Wii retro achievements, so it can't actually earn quote-unquote real achievements. So I gotta wait till it eventually gets updated. And there's the silk scarf. Okay. Oh, Mr. Miss is more common in the item rooms, right? So east. Ah. It's Haunter! We love Haunter in this house. Okay, time to find a Mr. S. You're not, Mr. Viss, Mr. Viss. Shut up, Nightbot. Yeah, because it's 20% in the air rooms. Mr. This! And thankfully, in the Pokemon world, you can give ghosts little kisses on their forehead. Oh my god, get in the ball. Instantly loses patience. Nice spite. I mean, I'm just gonna chip Pokeball still gets in the ball. Okay, so we should go to 7 Island, I think. Before 6 Island. Just to get a Larvitar. Or is Larvitar? No, Larvitar's on 6 Island, isn't it? What's that thing in Sevolt Canyon? Oh, Sevolt Canyon was Skarmory. Oh no, it is Larvitar in Sevolt Canyon. What's in Rune Valley? Rune Valley's Wombat, isn't it? Meryl. It's Meryl in leaf green. But it is Wappa Pet and Fire Red. Okay. We got our Mistwibis. I should hatch one of my eggs first, so I can get the next egg in line. Do you have an egg waiting? Yes, you do. Okay, I'm gonna deposit the Togepi egg. Alright, so it's a Tyrogue egg number 2. Two of them. Oh yeah, and I need to get the item over here, don't I? There we go. Alright. 6 Island! Actually, I do need cut here. I mean, we'll go north first, right? Because there's a rocket trainer up there that's like lost, right? And we need that. Isn't there an item somewhere here? Oh, no, it's behind there. Lepaberry! I'll heal first. Da, da. It's Spumbly Man. Sorry, Spumbly. He's Spumbly. He's practicing in secret. I always think Voltorb is static, but it is soundproof. You're allowed to punch a Voltorb. So there's nothing special in the grass here, I believe. On Water Path? No. But I can catch Tentacruel potentially. So much noise outside. Don't know if it's picking up on my... Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, it stopped before I had to close the window. It's been so loud in the city lately. Hello? Hello? Hey, it's Chincho. Man, I really like Lantern. Lantern's my friend. Ah! Don't be hating, chat. Don't be hating. Let me guess, you have, like... Oh, you actually have a real Pokemon. Chat, a random swimmer on a route has a Pokemon that's real. Imagine. Can't wait for Pattern Bush, though. Like, Pattern Bush... one, despite the name, is not horny. And two, two has 500 trainers. No, it's that item. I have the hidden item out, and sometimes I get japed. I'm like, there's a hidden item there. No, it's the very visible item that's right above it. Double Pikachu, what does it mean? Goodbye, Lapras. Wait, you died? You didn't die, rather? The opposite of dying? The only real downside is to like my party setup right now is I'm gonna have to like fly back and grab a different Pokemon to level up. Your neighbor. Oh, there is another house here, right? The ultimate horn. We got a chaser. This is the guy who gives you nest balls, though, so. Almost there. Oranberry. Whatever this item is. Elixir. And soon we're gonna lose our mind trying to get a Heracross. Personally, my bush doesn't have a pattern, but to each their own. for tea. That's roughly, or more or less, somewhat the song. It's Chansey. It probably lives one, right? Yeah. You're not allowed to do that. Freeze. Okay, that's also acceptable. I thought it was just gonna go smash soft boiled. Heracross. Nope. So yeah, to be clear, I was making a joke because literally once I've caught Spinnerack and Ladybug, you could just use a repel trick and you'll only encounter Heracross. Because Heracross is way higher level. Actually, I believe Ladybug and Spinnerack are also at a level where I can just repel over the like level 9s or whatever. What level is my Farfetch'd? Not in my party, because that was Fire Red. However, Lapras will function for getting a Heracross. It's Spinarak! Wait, Spinnerack's level 9? I thought Spinnerack was like way higher level than the rest of them. It has insomnia. I forgot. What? Also, I think I just realized I missed it. The other NPC in Lost Cave, that was a trainer, wasn't it? I have to go back there. That's okay. It's been a whack. See, at least have a victory bell. Come on, have a real Pokemon. Okay, we get to evolve now. Nope, he doesn't have real Pokemon. What's the last one, Gloom? It is a victory bell! Incredible. Also, it does occur to me, like, in the original, a lot of trainers don't have stone evolutions because of the way that their, like, trainers generate their movesets from the leveled up movesets. So they'd all have, like, no fucking attacks because they're just, like, the level 1 moves of Pokemon. Oh, Heracross. That's level 15. I thought it was like level 30 or something. I guess not. Hello, Quass. Would you like to get in the bag? Looks like he said no. Hello! Hello! Yeah! Nice, gorgeous. Trying to kiss this Heracross, like trying to kiss Emma when she's like going to do things. When she escapes. Wild Hilliquas is fast asleep. Maybe now? Unlucky. Come on, Hilliquas. I should really get Pulse Swipe. At least in Fire Red I'll have Pulse Swipe through Scyther. Oh my god. We got him. Oh, wait, can I fly from here? Or inside of here? Yes. Alright, time for box organization and grabbing a new thing to evolve. The bag is full. Let's dump some garbage. Don't need those. Don't really need this if we're honest. You can pretend that you need that, but we all know you're lying. Do I have any friendship evolutions left? I don't think so. Togepi. Quick Claw is trash. I don't actually need max potions. Where were they? I sold them. I'm so smart. We'll stash all of the other items in the PC. Okay, so you're where you're supposed to be, nothing else is. You're 201? No, 200. 201 is a known. Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. Persian's part of the team. 167. 214. Where do you go, Mr. Sneasel? Thought so. Cool. Alright. We need 1 Spinnerack and 2 Ladybug. Oops. That's neither. Right. Femina! Femina! Thank you, OBS. Have you taken a good look around? Nope. Nor will I. I don't believe in that shit. It's harass. Man, I really like Paris and Parasect. They're such cool designs. What is your last bow? Oh, how's it look? Okay. Astro Man. Does he look like Astro Boy though? Yeah, I know. I was being a dork. Occasionally, I'm allowed to be a dork. Once or twice a year. Pop if that's not a bug. Not a real bug like Passimian. Playable Proto Man is actually really cool. I wouldn't call myself a Mega Man fan, per se, but I do really like most of the Mega Man games. Like, I'm not following on myself to play Mega Man, but I'll always play Mega Man if I can. Like, they're good games. Like, they're really good games. Except Mega Man 1, which is like... They hadn't really figured out the whole stage design thing yet. To be be fair, honestly, for Mega Man 1, it's mostly just Elacan stage that's like horrifically designed. The rest are really not that bad. But Elacan stage is like horrendously designed. But all of the other classic Mega Mans are like generationally good games, I think. Especially Mega Man 4. I'm a Mega Man 4 enjoyer. Also, Emma, are you there? Emma. I just remember something really important. That you need to know. Emma, are you there? Hello, Emma. Is this thing on? Emma. She's escaped. I'll have to make her cackle later. It's Pinsir! Not a real Pokemon. Nobody here is sure. Boom. Oops. It's Weedle! He's just a little guy. You ever think about how Weedle just has a bunch of nipples instead of legs? I swear to God. I swear. There's been so many sirens the past few days, like past few weeks. It's been so loud, it's making me lose my mind. Whoppa! Okay, Clefable goes down in one. Gen 4 players being like, I didn't know you could knock out a Clefable in one hand. Alright. There it is. Lediba! It's a shame that Ledian is maybe the worst Pokemon that has ever existed. Because, like, I really like it. Oh. They, like, really made a Pokemon that's, like, based on punching and it has a base attack lower than Butterfree. In fairness, the elemental punches were special in the generation that it was introduced. So, like, there were a bunch of special punching moves in the generation it was introduced. The physical special split really, really fucked up Ledia. Anyways, there's Lediba. Now we need one more Spinnerack and one more Lediba. Mergman. Don Mergman. From Pikmin. We give he a little kiss on people. We give he a little kiss on his forehead. There's our future Ledian, and then we just need a future Ariados. Not you, Weedle, and your leg nipples. God, I wish bugs were real. Not you, Ladybug, and your everything. Also, chat, I'm gonna like cease to exist in like the important things next month for like a week when the new Castlevania comes out, because I'm not gonna stream new Castlevania when it comes out. It's gonna be an off-stream thing for me. But I am gonna play new Castlevania when it comes out. Like, Frame Zero. I have been waiting for new Castlevania since before some people I know were born. That's not actually really true. There was a Castlevania 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Do I know any... I used to work in schools a bunch, so like... But that's not very much the case anymore, so I guess I don't know anyone who wouldn't have been born. I mean, I guess I could technically have someone watching that's like 13. And then yeah, it would be true. But I don't know them. Anyways, I've been waiting for Castlevania for a longer time than between then and the pyramids. You're Heliquas, you're not a Spibbly Man, Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man does. Shoots some webs, ties his shoes, something. Potato chips. I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't know a Spider-Man song. So I'm a time traveler. I'm here from the 90s. I traveled here at a rate of 1 second per second. So I don't know classic Spider-Man, because that's from the 80s, I think. I might just be making shit up. You're not a Spinarak. Chat, where's the Spinarak? Also, yeah, so GameCube Pokemon games, unless I can get something sorted, I can't stream Dolphin. I can't stream and play Dolphin on my laptop at the same time. So that will probably have to be off stream for the achievements. So trying to figure out what to do about that. Given that I have to play through the game a billion times for the Living Ball decks anyways, We'll probably figure something out. You're not Spinnerack. You can't trick me. At least we're all looking forward to the, like, 2 days I'm gonna spend in the Safari Zone trying to catch Tauros. I'm doing the side-by-side Fire Red playthrough off-stream, which you can see the gameplay of on the YouTube channel, if you want to. It's in a playlist, it's unlisted otherwise, but if you check playlists, it's there. Or it should be there. I cut Chansey, like, really easily. And I plan on doing a save split with Fire Red. After I finish the decks in Leaf Green, I'm gonna save split, essentially, in Fire Red. And have one save, like, duplicate my save, and then use one copy of that save to trade Pokemon over to Leaf Green before I finish the Fire Red achievement set. Just so I can move forward with finishing the dex before Pokemon Bank. You're still not Spinarak. At this rate, it's gonna be faster to get a Spinnerack egg, so I think that's just what we'll do. During our big breeding cleanup, which sadly I will not be being bred during. Can't stream that on Twitch. So where's the item? There it is. Oh, it was a recurring item. It's Natu! We love Natu in this house. I was gonna say I would divorce him if she don't like Nadu, but that's actually not true. Also, you can't divorce someone you're technically not married to. That's not how that works. Can you? I don't know, maybe the cis people do that. I mean, if you can be broken up with by people that you weren't dating, I think you can be divorced by people you weren't married to. But 2%, if we're lucky. Thankfully, Lapras is durable, so we have to, like, suffer. It's Kadabra. It's called Kadabra because it dabs. Pokemon lawyers be like, it's not based on someone, it's because it dabs. Look at it. Could you just murder me? Thanks. What do you think the Kadabra tastes like? Hello. Hang on. Trying to bite someone, but then a tentacle shows up. Where do you keep your Pokeballs? Hee, that's a secret. I know where I keep my Pokeballs. No tentacles, unfortunately. Aw, hidden power. Remember when we were farming Geodudes with hidden power Zubat? Hidden power grass Zubat? Homophobia. Okay, we connected still. It's fine. It's a shame that none of the double battles have more than, like, 2 Pokemon. I wonder why. Okay, time to go trade Kingler in for something else to evolve. There's only 3 trainers left, but we're not wasting any of this XP. 96. Plus, maybe we'll encounter a Spinnerack on the way back. Is it Marathon Guy? Or I mean, I don't know what gender they are. Oh, I see. Hey, Emma. Mega Man and Bass. I can't make that model do it. That's the sound he makes. It's Hoppip. Okay, where does boneless Hoppip go? Or it's regular Hoppip. 187. Bum, bum, bum. Did I heal? Yes. I made myself a little dizzy doing that. Would you mind? Oh my god. There he is! It's he! It's he! And, oh, I was about to say we get it in, but we did not get it in. Unlucky. Come on, spin whack. Could you imagine playing Pokemon Coliseum when the game first came out because of like some of the fully evolved Pokemon and you're like having to soft reset for your Famali? Just so you can get all the Pokédex entries in your Ruby or Sapphire version before Fire Red Leaf Green came out. That would suck. It's Kindler! Also, I keep thinking about how, like, there's the one guy on YouTube who does, like, challenge runs of, like, injecting old Pokemon into the game. or a new Pokemon into like I think it's yellow version, and it really just like completely conveniently works out that like OBS. So fun fact, if you go do the rocket stuff and then don't fight this one specific rocket, you can never fight this trainer. And that's why this achievement is missable. Hoppip is evolving! You haven't seen any of our Pokemon, have you? Is this a recurring item? Yes. Alright, one more trainer. It's Tentacruel! Also, yeah, that's where you get your netball, by the way, on that left island there, on the left side of this island. There's a recurring netball item, and it's very convenient that Altering Cave is there, even though it's completely useless, because you can just get your steps in and then just walk in and out and try and respawn it. And it lets you farm netballs, and it's the way that you can farm netballs. I wouldn't really recommend it, but you can do it. Nobody can legally stop you from doing it. It is technically allowed. Oh, nice. Hey, it's Quillfish! You're in the wrong version, buddy. OBS, I will end you. Okay, stream should be more stable, and I got more coffee. Two very big positives. Alright, 7 Island. That's not 7 Island. I can't trick me. But let's go hatch these eggs that we have. Actually, yeah, let's do hatching. We're gonna do egg stuff. Get it all out of the way. Where am I going? You do not have an egg for me. Okay. But Amber, have you considered you could just use speed up? I'm not using speed up. If you're doing this, you should probably just use speed up, but I'm stubborn. I won't use speed up. Speed up reduces my personal enjoyment of the grinds. But I have no judgment for people who do use speed up. It just reduces my personal enjoyment of the game. And also, there's like a self-control thing where if I start using speed up for grinds like this, inevitably I'm going to start allowing myself to use it for spots where I don't need it, and that will detract from my overall experience of other games. So I don't even have speed up bound. Turbo I'll allow. Like, I'm using turbo. I'm allowing myself turbo because it's just mashing text. And I'm not as young as I used to be. Also, you can have turbo on original hardware. Pretty easily, actually. Alright, our last heroic egg, and then we'll go hatch everything. Cool. Okay, let's get a Pichu egg. For the other Gen 3 games that I'm going to do on stream, I'm not going to be doing living dexes, for the record. The living dex is just going to exist in the sleep green save. I am going to be doing a bunch of like emerald eggs because I want the living dex to all be from my leaf green version if possible, but... And then there's going to be a second living dex that's all luxury balls, because luxury balls are the hardest ball to get a hold of in Gen 3. So I want to do a luxury ball living dex as well. And then all three of those, I'm going to back up my saves, and then I'm going to migrate them all forward, not on stream, because I don't know if you've ever done Pal Park in Gen 4. It's maybe the worst thing ever to do just one living dex, which I've done before when I was a kid. And to be fair, it was like less than efficient, but it took me like probably in the realm of like 40 to 50 hours over a couple of weeks. Like, it takes a long time to transfer. So I'm 100% doing that with a patched version of my childhood platinum version, my childhood pearl version rather, not platinum. I guess I could do platinum too, but I should probably use Heart Gold Soul Silver just so I don't have to do nonsense to skip the because you can do nonsense to skip the time lockout. I should do Heart Gold or Soul Silver, which is a little more annoying for me personally. I don't know what you have to do to unlock Pal Park and Heart Gold Soul Silver. Do you just have to get to Fuchsia? Okay, we got a Pichu egg. Time to start generating EV eggs. We need 5 EV eggs. Because we're gonna get an Espeon and an Umbreon once we finish Emerald version much, much later. Also, I'm gonna use glitches for the Luxury Ball thing decks for a few things. Sorry to disappoint. I need to deposit the Vaporeon first. Because we're gonna do Battle Pyramid stuff and we're gonna break into the Safari Zone in Emerald version via, I think you can do it without Arbitrary Code Execution, but Arbitrary Code Execution just makes it easier. I'm gonna see how hard it is to do it without Ace. On my actual cartridge. Because my actual cartridge just has an Oak Challenge going on it that I never finished. Alright. And we'll probably not finish, honestly. I'll back up the save just in case, but it is my childhood copy of Emerald. But yeah, like you can break into the Safari Zone and just catch them in regular Pokeballs. And also you can do the opposite, where you can break out. Which is actually how you set up the Battle Pyramid glitch. I believe. Yeah, because you carry Safari Zone mode into the Battle Pyramid. Which lets you keep your Pokemon in your party, or something like that. But what you do is you bring 3 Master Balls, and you store them in your bag because you can save your battle bag in the battle pyramid. So you put them on your Pokemon, and then you remove them from your Pokemon that you snuck into the battle pyramid. And then... Because, yeah, that's the basis of the whole thing with the battle pyramid catching, is you basically smuggle items from outside the battle pyramid on Pokemon, and then you remove them inside the battle pyramid, which puts them in your battle bag instead of your regular bag. And so you smuggle in 3 Master Balls and a bunch of whatever ball you actually want to catch your Pokemon in. Because it's gonna reset your party when you leave, when you're actually doing the catching. But if your party's full, it will still send to your PC as you would expect. Anyways, we got to Rouge. And we have 5 eggs. So you know what that means, chat. You probably don't know what that means, honestly. But that's okay. You don't need to know what that means. You do this just because it's turn brain off, not because it's actually, like, better to do. Though theoretically, I think it would be, like, way higher effort than it's worth. But I'm pretty sure it would be, like, faster to hatch eggs if you just, like, fly to Celadon over and over and over again and go through cycling route. I think that actually would be faster to hatch eggs. It's way too high effort. But I think it puts you at Mach Bike speed. Anyways, welcome to the egg hatching part of the stream, where we hatch a bunch of Tyrogues. We're also gonna go get some evolution stones. Also, sadly, the luxury ball living decks, like, you would think that, like, okay, so I'm gonna, like, stream most of that. I've actually already started it. It's currently mostly sitting in my Pokemon box, my hardware Pokemon box. But I've actually already started it. It's like 10 or 15% done. I'm not gonna restart it entirely just for stream. And also, some of it's going to be off-stream because we are kind of racing the clock. Especially the Pokemon Coliseum and XD portions. Because the Mirror Radar and Pokemon XD, like recatching the Pokemon with Luxury Balls, especially the Safari Zone Pokemon, you only get 1 Luxury Ball until you can trade, and there's no renewable Luxury Ball in XD. In Coliseum, I believe there is 1 Luxury Ball in the post game somewhere, and then you can use the glitch, but you still have to, like, re-encounter the Shadow Pokemon over and over again in the thing. Though it's way faster in Coliseum. Way faster to re-encounter Shadow Pokemon in Coliseum. In XD, it's a whole ordeal. Plus, you don't have infinite luxury balls through the glitch. Oh, actually, you know what we can also do? We're gonna go to the other underground path, because we're also gonna just buy the Game Corner Pokemon, because we might as well. BFBB. sorry, you're throwing acronyms at me when I'm sleepy. Oh, yeah. I mean... that's just forcing a disk read error, right? It's just Cricket cartridge, but for whatever's between millennials and Zoomers. That's a joke because the N64 came after the PlayStation. Oh wait, I don't have to, I just remembered, I don't have to, like, have spare space to get the Game Corner Pokemon. It's for the cartridge for the same generation. I do have to go buy the coins first. Also, someone told me that I'm smart for having little images and having my model cover the game feed slightly, because it makes it harder for people to just, like, reuse my game footage as is. I hadn't thought about that. Like, that was definitely not my intent, but it is an upside now that I think about it. Like, oh, that's a good strategy to prevent people from reusing your game footage. Good idea. Like, yeah, that was my idea. That was as planned. Yeah. There's Pori John. Pori John can breed because it has a Porigina. I hope Emma was there for that incredible joke. Because you can't unhear that one, Emma. Emma lives with me on purpose. Is it not even the worst thing I've said this week? Oh, hey, 260, thanks for the raid. How'd stream go? Incredible joke to raid in on. As all my jokes are funny. Welcome to very good gameplay to come in on as well. Hang on, math. Oh, is it Gamescom? I didn't realize it was Gamescom yet. 5660. Once again, yeah, it's a breeding gameplay. Insert joke here, of course. I still didn't internalize what number it was. I'm waiting for the game magazine to come out so I can watch that. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna take a look later. My phone's dead right now. Because my cable broke. The cable I was charging with broke. I need to get more USB-C cables. Why do we choose, like, the most fragile possible... we chose the most... I could have flown, but I was yapping. We chose the most fragile possible of the cable options to be our universal cable. Like, who decided that? Who thought that was a good idea? Oh. There's Tyrogue number 2. Need one more. And he does have an egg, which I can actually collect because I have space in my birdie because I was smart. I think that's EV number 2, so we need 3 more. If you don't know, chat, this is the best part of speedrunning this game as well. If you're doing all catches, the breeding segment is the best part of the speedrun. I didn't buy stones! I didn't buy stones! I didn't buy stones. Thankfully, this is not a speedrun by any measure. Retro Achievements is good because it has been tricking me into playing games casually again. I didn't buy the stones. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm too sleepy today to like do numbers, so I'm just gonna buy like 4 or 5 of each stone. We'll just pretend that's the calculated amount. It's not, but it's definitely more than we need, which is better than being less. Pew. We can use the elevator, which is very slightly faster. Elevator to 4th floor is very slightly faster than just taking the stairs. Do I need any Thunderstones? I have Thunderstones. I can't possibly think of what I actually need Leaf Stones for, but... like, you'd think it's faster, but it's actually, like, only slightly. Also, once again, I don't have a Pokemon with Fly. I mean, we're hatching eggs. We gotta get them to generate the egg. So taking extra steps is fine. Manipulous 171 catches of this game though is like maybe like the most insanity-inducing speedrun. Yay! I complained and that's got its the egg. Oh, I should also have gotten a Meryl before I did this. I'll go get a Meryl, actually, while we're waiting on this. Meryl is 6 Island. Can I avoid these trainers, actually? Because I want to spend that experience on just Jinx. That's not right. What should I do in this situation? Forget Magic 8 Ball. I'm asking the Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green help screen. Sentret! We give he a little kiss on your forehead. But yeah, like Ultra breathing mechanics is like, whoever picked the numbers for like the percentage chances, like, insane person. Okay, I don't wish for your experience to be mine. You have insomnia. I'm not gonna try and kiss you on your forehead. Not even gonna try. So we're gonna Meryl. I mean, you're not Meryl, but you are one of the Pokemon I need to breed. The Pokemon that literally doesn't move, dodged our attack. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the rarest encounter on this route. Oh my god. You know, we're just gonna press the turbo button and mash balls. Itchy leg. I actually forgot you could find Wobbuffet before Cerulean Cave. Oh my god. Will you die to Double Slap? Maybe. 3 hits? Why? Why do I get 5 hits only now? This is old gens. 5 hits is actually rare. That's okay, we got him now. Why? We give you a little kiss on your forehead. Looks like it's gonna storm outside. I'm hype. Alright, there's Meryl. We do need a second one. And we need the Wobbuffet. But I think that's everything we have to breed. Except for our starter. But that's just for living decks. No! Get in the ball, little Scrumbly. Okay. Thankfully, Zadu is level 22, so that won't take much effort to evolve. Now we just need a second Meryl. Yamna! I forgot Yamna. Chat, I should be executed now. I forgot Yamna. Yamna! The one thing I'll miss the most about Chile when I move out of here is I'd never seen dragonflies before living here, and they're such precious babies. I love dragonflies so much. Our internet is not being kind today. I definitely wanted to like breed a Paris with ball swipe, but I forgot that, you know, you could only breed it with Scyther. At least in my Fire Red, which isn't being streamed, I can do that, I guess. In which I'm also not building a living deck soon. Yamna! Pico. Alright, one Meryl and one Wobbuffet. Also, I guess we'll catch a Slowpoke if we see one, because we still do need an additional Slowbro for... We still do need an additional Slowbro for the trade. It's Persian. No. And the Academy Award for stream commentary goes to me. So sad I knocked out that Wobbuffet because I think it's a 5%. Honestly, Wobbuffet might be a leave until Cerulean Cave because it's more common there. But we'll see. There's Marl. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a leave until Cerulean Cave, or if we get lucky here. The air is so bad today. I can't sing in tune. Actually, I can smell smoke in the air. I wonder if there's forest fires again. It's Firo. Okay. It's funny because I know most of the Johto themes because of Fire at the Ephraim. Because I didn't actually finish the Johto games until I was an adult. The Ephraim was the very first Pokemon game I actually owned. Because we were poor as fuck. Also, I believe it's EV number 2 of 5. Pichu was 173, that's what the number was. My brain finally loaded that. Emma! Hit you. You are a nerd. Fucking nerd. Fucking queer. Emma, have you considered putting highly biteable on your resume? Maybe that would help. You can put me down as a, like, wait, state slot. What did I press to do that? I can't do save states, it won't allow me. What am I doing to... Oh, it's the keyboard that is underneath me. Let's unplug this keyboard that is underneath me. Well, that's a skill issue, I think. Tentative answer? I just want to not have to think about it. Like, that's... Like, in general, like, I want to have to not be stressed by my OS. And Windows has hit the point where it is stressing the fuck out of me at all times. I just want it to work. Like, and Windows no longer does that. was using Mint before for a while. Also, I want zero Gen AI. Zero AI of any kind. If my OS talks to me, I'm deleting it from my system. Unless my OS is asking me to dinner, I don't want to hear from it. Yeah, no, I was looking at Pico OS. The only problem I have with Arch is, like, the moment that there's a problem, I'm gonna deal with, like, people being assholes. Trying to find help online about Arch, any branch of Arch Linux is basically, did you read the documentation? And it's like, the documentation in question is like 2 sentences because it's all terrible. And you need documentation in order to figure out how to access the documentation. That was my experience using Arch, mostly, is I broke my sound drivers once, and it was a fucking mess trying to figure out how to fix it. Though, I am just good at breaking sound drivers, because I'm always trying to fuck with sound. Are you a Taroge? Or final Taroge? The final Taroge. Okay, so now I can actually check which Taroge is most likely to be kept. What do your stats look like? Okay, so this probably becomes... Yeah, okay. So this is the one that stays a Tyro because it'll be harder to evolve into anything except Hippenly. 236. And we need one more EVA. One more EV egg, an Azrael egg, and 2 Bulbasaur eggs, and then we're done here until we get Wildcat much later. Then I'm gonna clean up the box a little bit. And then we're gonna go finish the trainers and our evolutions. Get the Sapphire. Go pick up our Dragonair, which should be close to being a Dragonite by now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, either Pika or Mint. Then, like, I'm used to Mint, so... I might just go with Mint. I don't know, just hardware-wise, there's apparently nothing wrong with my laptop's hardware. Like, so as far as I can tell, it's just... Windows has degraded so much at this point that my laptop is now struggling to run it because of all of the vibe coding nonsense. What do we got? Wait, did I get a bonus Tyrogue? I guess I got a bonus Tyrogue. Just in case one of the evolutions fails, we'll keep it. Like, it probably doesn't hurt to have. Oh. Okay, that's our last Eevee. C instead. I know what DE means, darling. I didn't fall off the tree just yesterday. I fell off the tree 2 days ago. Also, I have to say, AI Bros ruining the word vibe. I used to use KDE a lot, so... If you want your Dana back... Fun fact, chat. The thing I liked about KDE is it had a, at least when I tried it, it was very modular. I'm making no comments. 030, as the kids say. Like, Windows, like, went out of its way to make sure that you could not, like, make it look like old Windows. Like, actually, Emma, you know what, like, my ideal desktop environment would be... Has anyone replicated exactly Windows 95? It doesn't need, like, the Windows iconography, but just, like, exactly Windows 95 as a desktop environment. Has anyone made that? Yeah. Because, like, we had perfection. We had perfection. Can I? Oh, that's sick. Okay, KDE it is. Why can't I just... I mean, I know why I can't use Windows 95, because, it has some stability issues and some security issues and some being Windows 95 issues and... But like, man, if that wasn't like peak computing, they had to like make computers like not feel like computers, and I think that's where we went wrong in the timeline. Though Windows XP is not bad. Also, I am the only defender in the world of Windows Vista. I'm gonna say it, chat. Cover your ears if you can't handle like fiery hot takes. Windows Vista was not that bad. It was released before it was done. And it also came at the time of like a lot of people using computers with like fucking Intel Celeron processors. So you were on absolute the worst computer ever made. Like you were just on the worst computer ever made with an operating system that was definitely not. Also, what was the Intel processor? Not the Celeron, the other one that was a disaster as well. It was like supposed to be like kind of like middle range, but it was actually fucking terrible. I forget what it was called. Was it the Intel Dual Core? Is that the one I'm thinking of? It's one of those. I don't remember which one exactly it was. But it was around that time as well, I think. Or maybe that was like late XP. Because my initial experience with Vista was on a garbage Intel Celeron laptop. Okay. Now we just go hatch eggs. We almost get to play the video game again. Almost. But yeah, like I thought Windows Vista was like not that bad, honestly. I would never intentionally use it again. But like if I had known what was gonna come after with like Windows 8 and Windows 10 and Windows 11, which are all awful operating systems. People will say that Windows 10 is a good operating system, and I'm not sure that they understand what the words they are saying mean. Like it's stable-ish, but it's not a good operating system. Anyways, those are my hot takes of the day. Thankfully, all of my opinions are correct. Except for the ones that are a result of my racist upbringing. Those are the ones that are wrong. So we'll probably get a Bulbasaur egg when we go back to 4 Island after we hatch all of these eggs. And then we'll get our second Bulbasaur egg most likely after we do the Sapphire. And then we're done until we get a Wombat. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Porygon, but that's after we finish the retro achievements. Arrow. I actually do. Because, yeah, like, Arrow actually looks really good. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? Like, they actually had something that looked pretty good for an OS, that still looked kind of like modern-ish. And now we're stuck with whatever the fuck goes on with Windows 11. Like, why is it so purple? Purple and soulless. And full of ads. Eee! It's a Pamali? Sorry, it's government gender is a Pamali. Eevee evolved into Flareon. All of this for like 4 dex entries. William? Also, I plan on doing the 5-head breeding method. Spoken of in the legends. To get myself a shiny Bulbasaur before bank goes down. But that'll be post all of the Gen 3 achievements. Because that's going to involve physical hardware and Pokemon Box. If you don't know the 5-head method, it's basically... So, shininess is determined by your TID and SID. Which is unique to the save file. The Pokemon technically has one set when it's hatched, but that gets overwritten when you get the egg, but that gets overwritten when it hatches. Which, because shininess is a function of that, you can change whether a Pokemon is shiny by hatching it on a different save file. Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire allows you to deposit eggs. So what you do is you get a lot of eggs, you get them close to hatching, and then you store them in Pokemon Box. Then, on each of your saves, the more saves you have, the more chances you have at shiny Pokemon. You then hatch them on a bunch of different save files. Because breeding in Gen 3 is very slow. This lets you basically quadruple the amount of eggs potentially if you have 4 save files. And if none of them are shiny, you then simply don't save the game, reset, they're all eggs again, you deposit them back into Pokemon Box, you withdraw them in a different game, and you have another set of rolls. Azazaril? It's so baby! Azaril is so baby fat. Also, that's a Hoenn Pokemon. That's the only Hoenn Pokemon we get to catch. Look at Azaril's dorky-ass box sprite. Wait, why do we have 6 eggs? What am I forgetting about? Did I make too many Eevees? That's totally possible. Ba-da-ba. But yeah, we are gonna get a shiny Bulbasaur as part of this this Pokemon Bank race thing. Because I always wanted one when I was fucking 10 when the games came out. I was 12 when the games came out. Jeez. Still, when I was a teenager and these games came out. Ba-da-da. Oh yeah, I realized I can actually go piss while hatching eggs. It won't be as efficient. Okay, I'm gonna go to the piss dimension, chat. Because this controller is, well, wireless? Yeah. And I can hear if the egg hatches. Okay, we're gonna be right back, chat. I'm gonna have to take my headphones off. Man, we live in the future. The power. The power of wireless controllers. Maybe the future's a little okay. Maybe there are good things about this future we live in. Also, I assume it wasn't just shiny. Yeah. Anyways, there is Dual Tion. 110 out of 171. Don't know why I was gonna run past. Jolteon! Unless I'm forgetting something I bred, I definitely made too many EVs. But that's okay, we're gonna hatch them all, just so I don't have eggs. I did not know I was connected to Discord on the Xbox. Sadly, I can't get that. Have to call them back. I didn't even know you could, like, pick up Discord calls on Xbox. Well, I'll have to fix that for streaming. Hadn't considered that. But that's just a privacy thing. Ba-da-ba-ba. I'm so glad that Flame Body exists in later generations. When I eventually do the Gen 2 games, which, like, I don't feel pressured to do as part of, like, the bank thing. If I do them, they'll probably be absolutely last. But, like, Gold, Silver, Crystal, you only really have to do, like, 3 or 4 eggs. But, like, oh my god, breeding in Gen 2 is misery. There's also, like, the main reason I don't want to do Ruby or Sapphire on stream. I don't want to do breeding without Flame Body more than I have to. That just sounds terrible. Alright. Eevee. I guess technically these are like EVs that can evolve into Glaceon and Leafeon in Gen 4. So I guess that's actually fine. Because I did want to do that. I did want to make sure that I can like have Pokemon in the living dex that I migrate forward that I can then evolve into the later game evolutions. So this is actually smart. Wonder what it'll be. Eevee. So that's her Espeon potentially. Also, honestly, I could have sold the Soothbell. Because, like, friendship evolutions are actually, like, way easier than people give them credit usually. Like, you just keep them in your party while you're, like, doing Elite Four runs at the very end to, like, level things up. And, like, they gain so much friendship from the Elite Four runs. Because your typical Elite Four run setup will be Pokemon that you're sweeping it with, Flymon, 3 things you're actively evolving. One of them should be something that evolves at like a very high level, like Larvitar or Dragonite. And then your friendship evolution. Which, like, I think it's like 4 or 5 runs. It will evolve. Oh, I guess I'll do I'll breed a Chansey at some point for Blissey. But that shouldn't be too bad. Because I'm not catching 2. I mean, I might catch 2 if the opportunity presents itself. But I'm not going to farm for 2. Eevee! Eevee! 2 more and then we're done. Oh, also we'll need to breed another Togepi, I guess. Okay, I guess the breeding section isn't actually done. My brain will turn to sand if I have to do more at this point, though. Like, we have so few left to do that, like, we could do it passively. Jackson, how are you doing? I am huggable in love. Thank you. I'm also gay as fuck. I need to get a hug emote. Honestly, I should get like, I should update my emotes in general when like I get affiliate. Because they're just what I was using on my old channel. Because again, I didn't really expect to keep streaming past like a week or two. And that was in, was that May? Late May that I started streaming again? And we're here in all September? And like the numbers are slowly keep creeping up. I can see them on my app. I can see that average viewer count increasing by like 0.1 every day. I'm like, oh, dang. I gotta keep going. I would be hugged. I enjoy hugs. Nyum. I'm stretching. I make noises when I stretch because that's how I do. I also could totally like make a layout for my stream, but I think it's really funny when like person who wants to try and get me to commission them for like stream stuff, and is probably a scam, honestly. Like I think like a lot of them are scams. Being like, wow, are you new to streaming? You don't, sir. OBS Studio. How dare you? Yeah, no, it's like, and like genuinely, I know enough artists that like I'm not even at risk of falling for the scam, but like I wonder how many people actually fall for it, and I feel bad for that. Like, because my understanding is they largely like prey on lower viewership streamers. I'm just like, hey. One more egg. One more egg. My condolences. I feel you. Where is the air patch? Come on, we're almost done. We're almost done. I get to play the game again soon. See, I'm dizzy whenever I stand up because I have POTS, which is postural orthostatic tension syndrome, which is a lot of words to say my body doesn't make enough blood and the doctors don't really know why. Take care. But eating salt helps because it makes your body make more blood. I could just become a vampire though. Like, I bite people enough. It would not be too much of a lifestyle change to like become a vampire. And then I would have enough blood in me. Right? That's how it works? I'm scary and tough enough to be a vampire, right? Right, Emma? Emma's not here. Just pretend she said yes. I'm scary. Grr. Grr. I'm very aware that I'm basically like the tiny little sausage dog that's like sitting there going grr grr and yipping at your feet, ankles, and you're just like, oh my god, you're so precious and lovely and beautiful, and I just want to hug you. And it's like just freaking out at your ankles, but it's like it's so tiny it can do 0 damage. I'm aware that's me, but I'm scary. Grr. Grr. Though I will say, unironically, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most moving back to North America is, oh my god, there are, but there aren't. Like, there's no good furry conventions here in Chile. Like, there's none. Oh, I never fixed the thing. Wait, oh, because it's tiny small! There, I fixed it. Like, there's no good ones here. And I'm looking forward to that, to having access to those again. Like, there technically are, but it's like, I don't know. I think if I had my driver's license here, I would probably feel differently about it. But the problem with Chile is they don't recognize Canadian high school. And you need high school equivalent, it's like advanced school equivalent to get a driver's license here. And that's a bit of a pain in the ass for me to get. Yeah, they don't recognize Canadian schooling, so... I've had no driver's license. Though at least I've been in Santiago, so like... At least we have transit here. I've heard of what, like, I had a friend down in, like, Concepcion, and, like, oh my god, getting around is, like, hell down there. I'm like, oh my god. And I knew someone who lived in Valparaiso for a while, which apparently isn't, like, that bad to get around in, but it's, like, getting out of the city. Like, I grew up in Canada where, like, we have a cross-country railway, and at least passable public transit in every city. Yeah, Chile is nice, but it can be a little hard and expensive to get around here. Looks good, smells bad. Yeah, exactly. It is nice to be near the sea, though. if I come back, which is possible because I'm a permanent resident, like I can come back to Chile at any point after I'm done like my schooling and medical stuff in Canada. Yeah, it completely dies anywhere after 8 p.m. That's the problem I have. It's like I'm used to Toronto Transit where there's buses till 4 a.m. Even here in Santiago, it's like don't stay out after like 1 in the morning. Yeah, like I am a permanent resident slash I think there's a couple of years for me to be able to become a citizen, but you know, I got schooling and stuff to do in North America that I want to get done. And one of my frustrations living here, oh, I need to turn on my lamp. My camera's no longer picking up my face. One of my biggest frustrations here is because I'm disabled. My healthcare depends on Emma having a job. Even FONASA. And there are a bunch of like health things that are like not like life and death that I need to deal with, but there are waiting lists to deal with them. And every time my healthcare changes, I will get kicked off the waiting list. So that's one of the reasons I'm going back to Canada. Camera, are you okay? Are you okay there, camera? Hang on a second. I think I like bumped. Yeah, I bumped things. There we go. We should be better now. Yes, like. And then, of course, I want to go back to school a little bit. And it's just going to be more convenient because I don't actually need a degree to be a tailor. So I don't need it to actually be recognized here. And I'd just rather use an excuse to see my friends back up in Canada again. I don't think I've told the story on stream, but yeah, like, me getting out of Canada was, like, kind of, like, a rush. Because, like, despite being in my late 20s at the time, family was very actively trying to stop me from moving to Chile. Very actively trying to. Like, tried to stop me at the airport. And got in, presumably, a lot of trouble at the airport for trying to push past security and break past security at Pearson International. Like, it was kind of a rush to get out of the country for me back then. So I didn't really have my chance to say goodbye to a lot of people I loved back up there. Right, 72. I also didn't have a lot of, like, freedom to, like, explore relationships with people I wanted to back then. Which now I hopefully can. Alright, so these are hopefully going to evolve. Golbathrin's coming with us. Larpus is coming with us. Persian is coming with us. Raichu gets to go home. Anything else I'm gonna move right now? No. Oh, I also had to get an Omenate for the Living Vex. I'm gonna just let that one. Wait, 137. Snorlax, what are you doing here? In the correct spot. Wait, my brain is 34, 35, 36. Yeah, that's how numbers work. Okay, I figured it out. I solved the puzzle. See, I'm excited for the future right now. Because this year has sucked for me. This year has been bad. I have been ultra isolated, and I've lost like most of my support network in Santiago. Because like a lot of people have moved out, either out of city or out of country since the election. And admittedly, understandably, like if you have a means to get out of here, like I don't know, the news looks pretty scary every day. But yeah. I don't blame anyone, but it has been a very isolating year for me. Being without Emma for up to a year though, like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking miss her. That's the only thing that gives me pause. Yeah. Like, Canada's far from perfect, but like, look at the rest of the world right now. Like, look at the rest of the world right now. Like, if you can manage to immigrate to Canada, there's worse places to live. Like, Emma and I were gonna move to Canada last year, but then we ultimately decided against it because, like, we had, like, people here. But that's no longer the case. That's no longer really the case. Unfortunately. We had like a brief period of having what felt like family here, and that's over. So most of the people we know are just in North America right now. But yeah, like I'm like looking at apartments right now, like looking at apartments in Mississauga, Brampton, Toronto area. It's kind of like wild to think about, but like it's happening. Anyways, we finally get to play the game again. Oh, I can fly. Okay, let's see if we have a Bulbasaur egg, which we should at this point, right? Yep. Alright, time to actually play the game again. We also do have to do Trainer Tower, but I'm just gonna do the Electrode strat. But you are like, speedrunners figured this out, buddy. It was in Nintendo Power when the game came out. Like, Sonic Boom Electrode was in, like, it was the go-to cheese strat back in the day. Yeah, these are recurring, right? Actually, like, yeah, sure, it's cool that a lot of people are making, like, content, but I really dislike when people are like, speedrunners discovered this stuff because they made a video on it, and I'm like, buddy, I got these games when they come out. Like, people knew this. It's in Game FAQs guides, like... Flick you away effortlessly. You can't do that on stream, honey. Call me after, though. Anyone who looks like that, like, yeah. I believe Bambi is the only thing here. Because I believe Larvitar is just in the canyon proper. It's Juggler Mason. My granddad was named Mason. Oh, the second center we need. Give he a little kissy. Madeline Celeste. Also, I'm basically routing out the Fire Red playthrough such that I can farm luxury balls in it. Getting as few extra encounters, because I'm not farming luxury balls in this file. I mean, I guess I could once I transfer this to like my cartridge once we have all achievements. Because then I'll just withdraw my Pokemon from Pokemon Box. I guess we could do that. We are gonna go from like the super crisp thing though to scrunchy composite cables off of my GameCube. And that's probably gonna be a bit jarring for people, but that's a skill issue, I think. You don't have Protect. You get to become a Lapras. Creep. Skiboom! Okay, I do need to heal. Oh, you evolved down. I thought it was 30 for some reason. That's probably Quagsire. Or maybe I was just thinking because of Pokemon Coliseum. Oh, there's Jumpluff. Skiboom! And now Jumpluff. I tried to do alt main Jumpluff in Pokemon Coliseum, but I ran into the problem of most alt main runs in Generation 3, where nothing learns any attacks, which is like cool for challenge runs, but I was trying to do a speed run. I was trying to go fast. Alrighty, Jumpluff, you get promoted to being in the box. Checking number even though I have a Hoppip in here somewhere. Skip boom. Okay. It's gaming time again. I'm in. If it's a Phanpy, it's like worth it. Yeah! We love Phanpy in this house. Give he a little kiss on your forehead. Also, yes, we will be catching all the unknowns. Gaming time, TM, trademark, all rights reserved. All lefts reserved. All centers reserved. Actually, no, I won't reserve the center. Y'all can have the center if you wish. But you will be banned. But you are allowed the center, but you will be banned. You're allowed to take it, but you will be banned. Pimpy! He's just a little horse. Many have said that I'm too far left. Especially my teachers in school, because I'm supposed to be left-handed, but they forced me to write with my right hand, you know? So I'm left-handed in everything except writing. No, you may not learn how to help. Oh, you immediately evolved. At Maddie. I stopped it from evolving for some reason. I couldn't resist pressing. Sometimes you just have to press a button, like, you know, you get me? Like, sometimes you just can't stop yourself from pressing the button. That was my brain. I was just, like, unable to prevent myself from pressing a button. I had to do it. I wish this was a bit. I was just incapable of not pressing the B button for a moment. Shut up, Nightbot! We wasted one battle of experience. This will come back to bite us. So is that having a Tauros and a Miltank a fetish thing? Are they just very into the Taurus-y? The problem with Emma being in a job interview is she doesn't get to get blindsided by stuff like that. Okay, I'm putting the controller down on my lap. It's down on my lap. I cannot press the buttons. I cannot press them. I'm incapable of pressing the buttons. I did it. We're gonna get this item before you fly back. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Wait, did I not move a sentry here? Whatever, you're here-ish. Here-ish. Half of these boxes are gonna be empty, so I don't know why I'm like super ultra precisely placing them. There's like 40 non-Kanto Pokemon. Please. There we go. Larvitar! No, but I do need you. Because you should have False Swipe at this level. Oh my god. I'm still committed to the Pokeball only plan. Except when I forget and accidentally use one of the other balls. Percent. There we go. Fix my glasses. This is a really hard puzzle, chat. It takes a certain kind of skill to do this one. You gotta fit inside of the hole. Which I know for some gamers, they're not very, they're not, you know. I don't have to spell it out. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh my god, help! How do I press down? We did it. I'm only gonna catch one unknown for now. Just to be clear. This is not gonna become unknown catching stream. I would lose my fucking mind. Oh wait, hang on. What's in the Rock Smash Rocks? Nothing. Why don't they never put things in the Rock Smash Rocks in Fire Red Leaf Green? It's always Geodude. What a wasted mechanic. Like, what? Genuinely, what a wasted mechanic. At least in Gen, like, 5 onwards, they actually started putting Pokemon you'd care about in them. But like Gen 1, Gen 2, 3, and 4, I don't even know if you could like get Pokemon out of Rock Smash Rocks in Gen 2. But 3 and 4, it's like Geodude and Growler, basically. It's a swing. Hello, a swing. Goodbye, a swing. It was Ursaring. Was. Sorry, my brain, like, needed a moment to load. That happens a lot when I'm sleepy. Oh, yeah, you're the guy. Aim for a top. I am often trying to aim for tops. I just like set up the stick with the box and I just sit under the box and look really vulnerable, and it's the perfect trap. It's made easier by the fact that I am often really vulnerable, so, you know. You know. It's funny how, like, Spanish has impacted my English, because I never used to end a lot of my sentences with, like, you know. Until I moved here to Chile, where people say the Spanish equivalent of you know after like every other sentence. Chat, if you want the funniest me moving to Chile thing, is I figured out frames. The most important thing I needed to figure out upon moving here was how to say hello in Spanish. That was my first priority in my Spanish learning, is how do I say hello? It's Oli, if you're curious. Exactly, it's Oli. It was my top priority. Which I think in retrospect says a lot about me. Though a lot of my like early Spanish learning was people just thinking I was being cute, but actually I didn't know how to pronounce a word. But people just assumed it was me being cute. So I got away with a lot of like badly pronounced Spanish when I moved here. Because people, including Emma, just assumed I was trying to be cute. And like a lot of it is now me just trying to be cute. But it wasn't originally, like empeñar. I just thought it was pronounced empeñar. But it's not. I don't know why I thought it was pronounced empeñar. I thought it was an N-A in there. I'd always seen empeñar like written. And in English, a lot of Spanish words just tend to have like the accents cut off. Like jalapeno gets written without the N in English a lot. But it's still pronounced like that. So I think it's just a consequence of having learned language primarily through reading. Same with pinguino, where I still pronounce it pinguino. I can never be convinced that it's not pronounced pinguino. I will never be convinced it's not pronounced pinguino. Like, look at them. Those are pinguinos. Like, you look at those little scrumblies and tell me they don't look like they would be called a pinguino. Is Traveler... Oh, don't explode. Man. Why? How could this happen to me? I'm gonna be going on a trip at some point to mainland China, and I'm gonna learn some Chinese for it, and I can't wait for what the next empeña is gonna be. I mean, I didn't die from it, so it actually wasn't a... It's only a mistake if it kills you, right? But that trip is probably like a couple of years out, realistically. If it's not a mistake, it's just a learning experience, right? If you can learn from it, it's not a mistake. It might suck, it might hurt you. It might be something that you wish that hadn't happened. But if you get to learn from it, then it wasn't really a mistake. If you don't learn from it, then it's a mistake. Maybe that's just my coat from having been through so much, though. You forget Mom spaghetti? Leroy Jenkins. Am I gonna get swept by an amnesia slowbro? Because I'm gonna run out of attacking moves. Leroy Jenkins. Is that like boomer memes at this point? You may not learn takedown. Gumi! Gumi. Gumi is not in this generation. Gumi. What a perfect Pokemon. So this house heals you, but I need to go get a new thing to evolve, so. Plus I haven't encountered a Larvitar anyway, so like it's not like we're hurting to like re-encounter stuff. 116 out of 171. Alright, go Bathrin. Also, a lot of what we're missing are like super easy things to go grab. Where's Coupon? No easy way to grab its item from the box. Is it Swinoob time? It's Swinoob time. Ah! Oh my god, help. I was a frame off each time. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's my excuse. If you don't press the bicycle in time with that music there, what's the point? Listen to it! I didn't heal. Oh, but there's a place to heal, so it doesn't actually matter. Also, if we don't catch Larvitar here, it doesn't actually matter, because we will have to be back through this entire route after the Sapphire for one of the achievements. In fact, we'll have to go through every route in the entire game for an achievement after we complete the Sapphire. Oh, Graveler again? No. Unlucky. Alright, last trainer in Savalt Canyon. Thankfully, we have 5 psychics. This is where it's gonna have, like, Umbreon or some shit. I mean, that's close to being a dark type. Will you take 2? No. Giraffarieg suffers from terminal B Giraffarieg syndrome, which is, like, tragic. Because it's such a cool design. Hope one day they give it an evolution. Alright, give me the lucky punch. Thank you. Alright, let's dance with Chansey. Chat, you have to stand up for this. You have to stand up for this. You have to do the Chansey dance. If you don't do the Chansey dance, you will be executed. I do make the rules, actually, so... Okay, so we can get Manti in here, potentially. Is it here? No. I think all the items here are recurring, so... was uncalled for. Bro, you attacked me. Look at the tapes. The tapes don't lie. Scoofib chamber. Fun fact, if you thought these were all nonsense, these are all actually like flower related. All of the chambers in Fire Red Leaf Green are corruptions of like flowers. Couldn't tell you what Scoofib is in particular, but I do know for a fact that it is a corruption of some sort of flower. Alright, there's unknown. Also, Chad, how many of you know the purpose of unknown in the Ruins of Elf? The answer is none of you, because the actual textual reason that those areas exist is specifically to be a reference to an area in Japan that is an unsolved mystery. And so there is no answer to what's the purpose of them, because we don't know the true origin or purpose of the area that they're actually based on. So they exist specifically to be a mystery that will never be answered. They will forever be tied vaguely into the lore. And that's probably it. Because they exist to be a mystery, and a mystery with no answer. Which I think is wonderful. Because, like, that's so much of history as well. It's like, what happened here? What is this thing? We can guess, but we don't really know. Because nobody wrote anything down. Or nothing that was written down survived, so we don't know. We can make good guesses, but we don't know. And that's the purpose of the unknown. And all of the runes related to the unknown is to be something that can't be fully explained. Though we do know that the Tanabe chambers, the Tanabe runes, were meant to be larger than we got in the final game. There was meant to be more here, but we don't know precisely what, because there are unused maps, but they're mapped out, but there's nothing in them. So like they're probably just, they mapped them out and then they're just placeholders. Right? So this should be everything. I wasn't paying attention to the counter. We're gonna find out if I missed something. And I kind of think that, like, in a world of wikis and, like, you could just ask the designer what the intent was here, like, there should be more things in games where the whole reason they exist is to be a mystery. And Pokemon actually does that a lot. Like, a lot of the weird, creepy stuff in XY, they were like, oh, this because it wasn't finished. Actually, no. Like, the You're the One girl in Lumiose, like, was just there to be a mystery. With no answer. And I kind of love that they do that a lot. Like, for all the issues that Pokemon has had, they always find, like, a little bit of an excuse to dump in a little bit of mystery and wonder into their games. In spite of their unreasonable timeline of pump out a fucking gigantic ass game every year. You're like, give Pokemon to a different studio. Nobody wants the job of making Pokemon. Nobody wants that job. People will want that job for like 1 or 2 games, but they don't understand like the reality of being the person who makes Pokemon. Like, for the next 20 years. Though I think that's also like some of the problem with like franchises in general is just like, do you really want to work on this fucking media enterprise for the rest of your life? I can't imagine being tied to something like that. Being tied to like all these choices that are exist to serve like a franchise more so than creative drive. That honestly sounds awful to me. Thinking what I'm trying to evolve next? I guess Spinarak. Let's see what's in Spinarak. But I don't know, maybe these people actually do want to work on a franchise for the rest of their life. Alrighty. We have a sunstone with no target here. The Sunkern's not in this game. I think. Oh, whoa! Where are the mountains around these parts? Like, they're right behind me, bro. You can see them. Our favorite dinosaur. Earl. Oh no. We don't want to get mixed up with that guy. I've seen what happens to people who get mixed up with Earl. I did that after. Yeah, the Sunstone is one of the other items. It's so funny that they give you a Sunstone in both versions and nothing to use it on. In Leaf Green. Also, like, there's only like 3 Pokemon in the entire series that evolve with Sunstone, which is kind of weird. Like, it's just Sunkern, Gloom, and Cottonee. But I guess Stone Evolutions, because, like, the stones aren't really special anymore in any way. Like, you can get unlimited of each stone in every game. So, like, the way that Pokemon has evolved, like, Stone Evolutions aren't actually, like, difficult or special. Hello! Emma, you missed the Torresi. Oh. Hang on.